Everyone, welcome back to, well, actually, it's not Guns and Giggles this time. Today, we are predicting the Premier League table for the 26-27 season. Now, obviously, I've got my boy here, Erkin. Erkin, how you been, mate? What's new?
All good, man. Just got off of Instagram arguing with a 60-something-year-old geezer in brown leather shoes, by the way. But no, it's all good, man. It's all good. How you been, bro?
Yeah, good, man. Yeah, I saw the comments well, we do obviously the BTL podcast, if you didn't know already, the Big Six breakdown. And I mean, some of the comments are hilarious. Like, some people take football so serious, like so personal. Like, they start bringing family. It's just the space to come together to have a difference of opinions. But yeah, some people, man, they're just too sour out there. But yeah, we're just gonna, put that aside and just think about some positivity because we got a game today, don't we? We got Arsenal versus Como.
Mm-hmm.
We got our boy back.
That, Seeing
Fabregas, Yeah, apparently he's been playing really good football with Como, and considering Como, they don't have a lot of money, but they got some good players. I know they've got Nico Paz, great player, number 10, came from Real Madrid. Stock's gone up like crazy, and I mean, I'm looking forward to see how he plays against Arsenal and the applaudits he's going to get when he comes back to the Emirates, because he's not coming in a Chelsea shirt. That's the last time he's at the Emirates in a Chelsea shirt.
Yeah, do you know what? As much as I hated the fact that he went to Chelsea, it was our fault, innit? It was Wenger's fault, not getting him back when we had the first choice signing. I think any Arsenal fan, like regardless of Nasri and the other geezer, Fabregas, we've always got like a soft spot for, because we've seen him at like 16, burst on the scene as well. You can't help but love Fabregas, even though he did go to Chelsea and the Barcelona stuff, man. But yeah, let's see tonight, 7:30. Might make a night of it, crack on open a little sheesh and that. But yeah, let's see, man. Let's see.
Yeah, for Fabregas, I don't have no resentment towards him. I'll be honest. Like, Arsenal had the opportunities picked to get him back, and I'm sure he would have said yes, regardless of the state of our club. But I don't think financially we could have, given him what he wanted. A and B, the fee as well. I don't think Arsenal had it in them, and
we were stacked though. We were stacked. Like at that time, we had Cazorla, Wilshere, Ramsey. I think like we were both. I know they're not. Well, Cazorla's clear for me in terms of ability, but we could have brought him back. But I just think it wouldn't have made sense with all the talent we had in the centre mid, position.
Yeah, depth wasn't really a thing then, if you think about it. We never used to bang on about depth. Now it's kind of like depth is a must. You must have, a certain amount of players because of so many games. But back then, you didn't really care about depth like that. So I feel like if it was
2 or 3 players max, and that was it.
Yeah, and I'll probably say, apart from Sanchez, and you probably have like 2 wingers, 2-3 wingers max.
Yeah.
So man. But anyway, today we're going to be predicting the Premier League table. Now, it's not an easy job. I was looking at this and I was thinking, champions, I feel like, is easier to predict than relegation. Do you agree?
Yeah, because the thing is, with new teams coming up, you just don't know what they're going to do. Like, we've seen Brentford, for example, other teams come up and stay there for so many years. But then you've had teams like a Burnley or whoever gone up and gone straight back down, So, yeah, it'll be interesting, bro. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, I was thinking about it a lot earlier on. Like, the teams that were promoted last year didn't get relegated. Burnley, they've been in the Premier League for 2 years, or did they get relegated the first season?
I feel like they went up and... Yeah, I think they did get relegated, no?
Yeah, first season, you're right, actually. But apart from Burnley, but I mean, Sunderland, they did really well.
Yeah, that was good for them.
And then who else got promoted? Who was it? It was West Ham that went down. Wolves went down. Burnley went down. It was Sunderland and...
my mind's gone blank, bro.
I know, same.
You'll have to check it.
Same. Who got promoted last year? Look at this. This is like basic knowledge.
It was a long season, to be fair, so we should be excused.
It is...
I feel like
Leeds. It was Leeds.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing, though. With Leeds, they have been a Premier League staple, like, from the past. So you kind of feel like, they've been
there. Patrick Bamford, they had Rafinha. So, yeah, you're right. It's not a team that you kind of think about relegation. Even like West Ham. Like, when you say West Ham's in the Championship, it sounds weird, even though they've been there before. But they've always been like around in the Premier League for so many years growing up. But yeah, man, I think the relegation one's going to be tough. So yeah, let's get it cracking. Let me get the table up.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, cool. So we've got all 20 teams here. And the way I did it is champions, Europe, second spot to fifth spot, Europa Conference League from sixth to seventh spot, mid-table. I know people will say mid-table is 10, but in this instance, it's 8th to 17th because after 17th is the relegation.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna break it down. Now, I'm saying before we hit the champions, I think we should start from relegation. I think we should work our way up.
Yeah, because I kind of feel like we'll be on the same page with the champions. Do you know what I mean? So relegation, it is an interesting one because I feel like there are a lot of teams that I'm going to mention that have lost a lot of key players and manager. So you could even chuck them in there, but then you got the newly promoted teams that we don't know too much about recently anyway. So yeah, but where's your head at? Like, are we starting 20 and then, or just chucking the 3 in at the bottom?
I think let's start at 20. Let's start at 20. Do you know what? I feel like Everton, they've been scraping it. They've been getting really lucky. And I know they swapped Dwight McNeil for who did they swap him for? They swapped Dwight McNeil for who's that winger from Palace?
God. I don't know. What
his face reminds me of Noddy.
Noddy for Palace.
Yeah, he played for Spurs, man.
Brennan Johnson.
That's it. They swapped Brennan Johnson for Dwight McNeil.
That's a good signing, to be fair, for them. But
yeah, but I mean,
McNeil, innit? He did turn up clutch a few times for them. But I can't see Everton doing that. You know, I mean, they've got Njai, they've got a couple players that can turn up, and at the back they've been better than they have been when they were scraping. Like, I know Moyes come in now, sort of solidified everything, but the Grealish signing or loan, I should say, really helped them last season towards the start of it. But I don't know. I don't really watch Everton too much to comment now, but I just can't see them at the bottom, you know. But obviously, if you think that, then that's fair.
We have to come to agreement. All right, do you know what? We'll leave Everton for a side for now. Let's start with the promoted teams because I feel like those teams entering its new surroundings. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have the luck of Sunderland or Leeds or whoever. So yeah, let's start with Hull City. I believe Hull City are going to get relegated end of the season.
I'd go with that, and not because of them coming up. I've not heard of players coming in for them to help them out, and they may not need it. But with Sunderland last year, for example, you heard of straight away a Xhaka going. The striker, what's his name, Bobby or whatever. These players you kind of heard of and knew of that. Yeah, they've got quality, Premier League quality. You know, with Hull, I've not heard anything, bro. I'll be honest, man.
Yeah, I don't think there's been any transactions with Hull City from any high caliber teams. Like you said, with Sunderland, they got Xhaka. They got Ronaldo from Atletico Madrid. They got Brian Brobby.
Yeah.
You know, they went out and splashed a lot of money. And I feel like they've had a wicked season. I think they've gone beyond what the expectations were. And I think a lot of fans are quite happy that Sunderland, you know, have made it to where they are and managed to stay in. And also they secured a European spot in their first season.
Yeah, wicked, man. Yeah. They even held on to a Xhaka, for example, which Chelsea were in for him apparently, like some other teams. But yeah, I like Sunderland, man. They're kind of that Newcastle Sunderland rivalry. I've always liked that growing up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Used to see Bent there, Defoe, Catamol. Like they're always a nightmare to play against as well.
Catamol, I ain't know that in time. I think I did my match tax. But yeah, all right, cool. So we're chucking in Hull City, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go that.
Hull City. All right, cool. Let's go. Hull City's first one. All right. 19 left.
Yeah.
Go on. You pick the next one. I'll pick Hull. You pick the next one.
Do you know what? This might sound mad to a lot of people, but I'm going to put Newcastle there, you know.
Newcastle?
Bro.
You know they spent over 130 million this summer.
Yeah, but bro, how much talent have they let go the past 2 years? This might be a wild take, and this is not rage bait, for anyone that comes for me, but they've lost a good 5-6 big chunk of their squad, and Joe Linton's meant to be wanting to go as well. And the manager, I've not heard of him. He may be good. He probably is, obviously, but yeah, I don't know. All right, may not. Okay, let me take Newcastle off the relegation. But I do think they're going to be lingering there and thereabouts, bro. I'll be honest. Just because new manager, a lot of players have gone, their captain, their whole core, really. And injuries too, bro. They've still got, I think Elanga's come off injured. And yeah, I don't know. Let's see. But if I had to pick, it would probably be another newly promoted team. Probably Coventry, you know. Again, I've not heard anything from them, like signing wise, and even how they did last year. I'm not too clued up, but yeah, I just think the rest of the league might have too much more a lot more for them in terms of what they do this season. But yeah, I'd go Coventry, bro. What are you saying?
I agree. Coventry, mate. Got a family there. Whenever I go, bruv, I hate it. I hate the town. I'm sorry, guys, if you're from Coventry, but it's so dry, man. But yeah, if nothing stands out to me from Coventry that says, yeah, we're going to stay up. Like, I haven't seen any crazy transfers. And again, look, I'm hoping some of these teams prove me wrong, because it's nice to see a newly promoted team like Sunderland, for example, last year, come in, mash up all the big teams, make it really hard. You know, almost took us out of the title race.
Yeah.
You know, these teams, when they come in, it's refreshing to see that they're doing well. So we're just going to go by the logistics of no investment, nothing really standing out in terms of, yeah, this team can, you know, be better than an Everton or a Nottingham Forest. So yeah, I think Coventry sounds about right. Now, last one.
What are we going with? I feel like it's too easy to pick Ipswich. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. It is. But the thing is as well, the last time in the Premier League, they didn't last the season.
That's true. That is true.
So that's another thing as well. Yeah. And I felt like before they had Delap. He was their star man before obviously he moved to Chelsea. I don't know any of their star men right now. Anyway, coming up from the Championship. Yeah. But they could have different fortune this time.
That's it. I mean, we saw it with Leeds, because I think they come up for a season, went down, they come up again and stayed up. So it can happen. I'm not saying Ipswich are on the same level, but again, it can happen. I think I'm with you, bro. I think I can't see anyone else being at the bottom in relegation, because last year Wolves deserved it, bro. West Ham did deserve it in the end, even though they gave Tottenham a bit of a sniff. Nottingham Forest, in the end, they did deserve it, but I feel like they did enough to stay up. They had the quality, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just think Ipswich is kind of a bit of a cop out with these three, because we haven't heard many, if not any, signings or what their intent is, or the managers coming out. And like, I think we're talking from a point of we just don't know enough, you know. And I think that's why we're putting these three in there, putting Ipswich in there as well. But any others, bro, it just doesn't scream relegation, because I feel like most of the league has signed a good player or two at least to show they've got more quality than last season.
Yeah, no, I think that's valid. So yeah, we're gonna go. We're saying go Ipswich.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, do you know what it is? It's so tough, man, because they've not proven anything yet. But again, this is just a prediction. Things can change along the way. We might even see Ipswich top 4. Who knows? Or Hull City, you know, sending Newcastle to a relegation zone. You know, things change. The best part about Premier League, you can't predict the relegation zone. It's the hardest thing to predict. I think, like I said earlier on, champions, I feel like it's easier than relegation. Relegation is the toughest thing to predict in this English Premier League. All right, cool. 8 to 17, mid-table. I'm going to say a team. If you shoot me in the comments, listen, do what you want, but I'm just going by past seasons. It might be a hot take. Some of you might be like, you know what, you're talking a lot of baloney, but I'm going to say Chelsea.
Oh,
I'm going to chuck Chelsea in there.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, man. I think, do you know what? Because what was it? 8th, innit? The only thing I can say to caveat that is they've got one game a week. Xabi Alonso, we still don't know what he's capable of in the Prem. They've signed a couple decent players, not like, wow, like yes, Rodgers and that. The fee's mad. But I think they might do a United, bro. One game a week.
Yeah, and then hit third.
Yeah. Not third, but like be up there at least top 5. I hope I'm wrong, by the way, because I don't like Chelsea, bro. I hate them. I can't stand them. But I think mid-table is a bit like if they had Europa League, I'd agree because there are a lot more games, bro. A lot more games.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I can't. I don't know. Like, I hope you're right. Trust me, I hope you're right. But I don't think mid-table, man. Maybe
do you know
eighth
what?
though. Maybe eighth.
Yeah,
What do you
eighth.
think?
All right, let's start from 17th and work our way up then. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So who do you predict 17th then?
Oh man, I think Forest. You know,
I'm gonna have to. They got Olivia Glasner though from Crystal Palace.
that is true. That is true. But I just think from the top downwards, I think it's just a catastrophe waiting to happen. With Marinakis, obviously, God bless you, brother, because you seem like a very nice guy. A bit mafia-ish, but God bless you, you know. No smoke over here. It's just that's where I think it goes wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? Like from the top, I feel like he has too much power. Whereas Glasner, I think maybe not overlooked, but some of his decisions in terms of who he gets in, who he wants out, maybe overturned by the Marinakas of the world in terms of owners. But yeah, I'd say Forest because they did scrape it last season as well.
True.
And had they brought in anyone else? They got rid of Anderson. Gibbs White may be going out. Who else, bro? I can't think of any other signings that they've done. I know Glasner's a great manager. Like, I love him. But Anderson was a big part of why they stayed up last season.
They did sign I've just read now they signed Diamande from Sporting Lisbon. He's quite a target for a few clubs, but they've obviously got him for a region of £34 million. He's a defender, but again, they haven't really replaced Anderson. And I feel like if you got a team, I mean, a manager like Olivier Glasner, he'd obviously want some things in place because he did really well Palace, you know, got them trophies, got them, you know, European silverware. So, you know, it's not like he can't do anything with good resources, but they haven't backed him in terms of replacing Anderson. And I think that's a big shoes to fill for a team like Nottingham Forest because he was one of their best players last year. So, yeah, I think 17th sounds about right for Nottingham Forest. All right. My next one, I think the reason why I'm picking this team to go 16th is because they've lost their manager and they've not really... I feel like last year they were really poor as well anyway. And that team is Fulham.
Oh, I didn't even think of them there, you know?
Yeah.
But
I
that
think
makes
Fulham,
sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
They lost their manager. You know, Chukwueze was one of their all right players, but he's gone back on loan to... gone back to his parent club, AC Milan, because you know he's on loan. Emil Smith-Rowe didn't really hit the heights. They lost Jimenez now. He's gone back to Wolves in the Championship. And I think he was quite decent for them, considering his age and stuff. And we saw how good he was in the World Cup. So, yeah, I feel like they've gone kind of weak since the start of last season. But, yeah, let's just have a look at their signing. So...
Who's their manager now, then?
I'm not sure.
Let me search that up.
They did... Do you know what? They have spent a bit of money. So they got Shea Charles on a 5-year contract for 30 million from Southampton, a midfielder. That's quite a hefty fee from a championship club. And they've also got the Real Madrid striker Gonzalo Garcia for 34 million, and a midfielder Cesar Palacios for 8.5. And their head coach is Arbeloa.
Oh yeah,
from Madrid.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, but do you think Marco Silva is better than Arbeloa? I think so. Arbeloa, he didn't really have a good spell at Real Madrid.
He didn't pull up trees, did he? It's just his Spanish roots, and I guess his club was Real Madrid. That's what got him the job, you know. But yeah, Premier League's a different kettle of fish. But I just
especially with the resources, you're not going to have the same players you have in Real Madrid. You know, sometimes that could be a get out jail card. You can be a poor manager, but because you've got amazing players, you know that can help you get to a certain position or win the league like PSG.
Yeah. I can't lie. I still think they've got enough quality to keep them even 15th. I won't put them 16th, but I'd put Newcastle above them in terms of where they'd finish, or below them, I should say. What do you think?
Do you know? I think I'm seeing it from your point of view. I'm looking at the manager of Newcastle. Never really heard of him. Not seen too much. And Newcastle are going to have a big shock next season. They've lost basically all their star players.
Literally,
you know, from Isaac to Tonali, Gordon, Bruno Guimaraes. And who knows, there could be more outgoings. Joe Linton might say, I'm hearing that he wants to leave as well.
Yeah.
Because, and I feel like a lot of players, the morale can come down. So, yeah, I think Newcastle sounds like a good shot. Let's put Newcastle.
Yeah. Even the likes of Lewis Hall, Livramento, they've been touted to leave. United, City. And I think, yeah, like I said, I think Alanga came off injured. I could be wrong. But Wissa up front, can you be relying on him and Osula? Like, I think that's a disaster.
Wissa, he's had a bad season, man. I know he's got injuries,
Yeah.
but he's not been great. He hasn't been that exact replacement. Osula, he's a good player, man. I do like him, but I don't feel he's that type of player where he can take you, to the heights of Isak, for example. And obviously, like you said, Alanga's injured. So, yeah. So, Nottingham Forest, Newcastle. Then we'll chuck in Fulham.
Yeah, I'll go for that. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fulham. All right.
This is where it gets tough, bro.
Okay. I think the next team I'm going to go for is going to be Crystal Palace.
Okay, yeah. That does sound right.
Olivier Glasner was holding it together.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah.
They've lost Lacroix. Adam Wharton, I feel like if they finish 15th, 14th, wherever it is, I feel like this is going to be his last season before he jumps ship. Because he's a sought-after player. I would love him at Arsenal. Where would play him, I don't know, but I feel like right now he's Palace's star man. And obviously they've had, Elise, they've had Zaha, they've had Eze. But yeah, I think Olivier Glasner was the reason why Palace stayed relevant. But because he's gone, I feel like, they're going to drop.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's mad to think because they won I was just checking, they won the Conference League last season. So they've won a European trophy. In an ideal world, Glasner would have stayed and built on that success. But the fact that he was leaving, he was vocal that he was leaving because he's losing his best players, of course, Elise, Eze, and whoever else. I think I can't see them not, like, I can see, because they're in Europa now, isn't it? Like, obviously, they've gone conference to Europa. They're going to have a lot more games, not enough signings for me. And who's the manager again? I should have done way more research, but who's their manager now? I feel like it's someone I know as well.
It's Pierre Sarge.
Oh, yeah, I don't know him. So
he's from Lens. So he's from the French league.
Yeah, see, again, I feel like now it's going to catch up on them, the amount of players that they've lost. And I think Wharton, he's probably going to be leaving very soon as well, whether it's this season or January or next season. But he's probably the next one to go, bro. Because Mateta up front, he's good, but I just don't think he's a level above a mid-table, I know he gets in the France squad here and there, but for the Prem, do you know what I mean? He has bursts, and I think probably it's them next, I think Palace as well.
Yeah, cool. All right. So Palace next to Fulham. Right. So next one. Take your pick.
Now my heart should say Tottenham. But I feel like they've made too many signings to be back down there again. This is a mad one, bro. I want to say Sunderland because they've got a lot more games this season. But again, they've got a lot of quality to keep them above maybe another place or two. So I'm going to go, I might go Leeds, I'm going to go Leeds.
I think that sounds about right. Yeah. I had them around the mid-table range anyway. So I think, Leeds sounds good. Yeah, I think we'll just...
That seems about their place, innit? Like, they're in the league. They're not fighting relegation, but they're comfy. They don't want to push for a Europa spot or anything like that. So, yeah, I think that sounds right.
Yeah, Leeds. All right, next one. I think around this area is probably where Everton, I think, will fit well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, but I know they've got Brathwaite. I know they've got, who else have they got? They've got, Pickford and the rest of the boys. But nothing screams out anything more than mid-table finish. And they've been poor the last few seasons. They did help us, I must say. We've got to give them a round of applause for helping us against Man City.
Yeah.
So
I'll take, bro, just a quick sidebar. Would you take Njai, their left winger?
I would, I like him. His end product's a bit trash, but Yeah, I just don't think he's not gonna. The way I look at it is NJ won't take Arsenal to the next level on the left wing, but
No.
he's a good player. Like he's not miles above Martinelli. He's definitely not.
Yeah, it's true.
But he works hard, and I think that's what Arteta loves and Berta. They love hard workers. But does that necessarily mean you're going to have success? Not really, because Martinelli works hard. I told you, I love his work ethic, but he's not someone that is going to take you to the next level. Like Vinny Jr., he doesn't work hard going back, but going forward, he offers you something which I don't think any Premier League talent has right now on the left wing. So that's how I look at it anyway.
That's true, yeah.
I think we've got a couple chats. Do you want to pop them on the screen?
Oh yeah, wicked. So we have Rebecca Sultana. Big up. Yo, what's up?
Big up, Rebecca.
Also, she says, whole Ipswich and Coventry makes sense. Yep. Except Ipswich and Nottingham. Okay.
Ipswich and Nottingham. Okay. Rebecca, are you an Ipswich fan?
Yeah, that'll be a good. Let us know who you're supporting, because if she's saying swap them around, again, I won't be mad at that, because I think Forest are at a bit of a breaking point, man. I know Glasner's there and that, but sometimes a manager can only do so much. Do you know what I mean?
The thing is, Rebecca, the reason, I don't know if you were here when we were talking about the Nottingham Forest, but we were saying that they've got Oliver Glasner, but they haven't really replaced Anderson. And he was by far one of their best players last season. Obviously, Morgan Gibbs-White as well. And there's Igor Jesus, good players. But they escaped relegation last year. And they still had a good team on paper, I think, considering the money they spent. So will things change with Olivier Glasner? Will it take another season? But again, you know, Ipswich, we mentioned when they came into the Premier League last time, they lasted 1 year, got relegated. They don't really have any players that scream out, wow, like, yeah, they're making some solid signings over the summer. Just like Sunderland. Sunderland last year went out there, made sure they reinforced their squad ready for the Premier League. I don't think any championship team that we put in the relegation that's come up has done that this year.
Yeah. So he goes on to say he's a Liverpool fan and his name is Ibrahim. So that's a bit of a plot twist.
Sorry, yeah, sorry, Ibrahim. But yeah, you're a Liverpool fan. Fair enough. Yeah. You're gonna be. I know you want to stay to see where we're gonna put Liverpool. Do you know where I'm gonna put Liverpool? Keep watching. Right, no, I'm joking. No, I'm not.
4 teams relegated this season.
4 teams relegated. No, we're not gonna put Liverpool there. Yeah, but I understand what you're saying. But again, this was a tough shot. So Ipswich or Nottingham Forest, we could swap around. But I think from the basis of what we're saying, that Ipswich haven't made signings, they're weaker on paper compared to Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like, same thing?
Yeah, it makes sense, bro. It makes sense. I think with Forest, they still may make more signings. Because I feel like Glasner wouldn't take on a project if he doesn't feel and know he'll get the backing he deserves. So I think with that in mind, I don't think they'd be creeping up anywhere than mid-table. But I don't think they'll be in the relegation scrap as easy as last season anyway. So yeah. We'll see.
But yeah, Ibrahim, I know you just said it's just an opinion. That's fine, bro. Like whatever teams you feel like probably need to get changed, make sure you comment. You know, we want to hear your thoughts as well. It doesn't mean that what we're saying is right. Again, it's just a prediction. So it's nice to hear what you guys have to say out there as well. But yeah, appreciate the engagement.
Yeah, that's nice.
All right. So Leeds, and then what do we say? Everton. We're gonna go with Everton.
Everton, yeah, bro. I think. I think it's a typical Everton finish. You know, I know they push for Europe here and there, but again, bro, like they're not in the transfer market anyway. They're not pushing like leaps and bounds with who they're signing. I know Grealish last season. I keep saying it, but that makes such a big signing, a big deal when signing a player like that, even if it's on loan, because you see his quality. Yes, again, he goes missing for a lot of the season with injuries and whatever else he's got going on. But yeah, I feel like. I'd sit them there, bro, just above Leeds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have to agree with that. What are we? So we're on.
Got to do the maths now. Come on, teacher.
89, 20, 17, 16,
15, 14, 13, 12. So we're on 11. 11th finish.
11th finish. Okay, this one might be a hot take. Some of you guys might say, what the hell? But I know Tottenham escape relegation, and I know they've signed a lot of players, and I know they've got a good manager, but I feel like they're not going to have a united type of season where they go from, bottom half of the table to bam, third in a space of 3 months, 4 months.
Mhm.
So I'm going to say Tottenham next. Ibrahim, you just commented. Yeah, mate. Tottenham, they're going to go there. But what are you saying? Before I move it, any obligations?
Nah, I mean, I would have put them in relegation if I could, but I think even though they've done some great business, they've still got a lot to do. Yeah,
Yeah.
they've signed players. I feel like that were just touted as other teams wanted them. Not saying that they didn't need them, of course they did, but I think they still need at least 4 or 5 players. And with allegedly Spence going to Inter, that could be another thing. And Romero coming to us, God forbid, or Atletico. So I think they still have so much work to do, because the players that they've signed, they're great. We would have taken them in a heartbeat in terms of Tonali, but it's not enough. It is not enough for them to push for those European spots, in our opinion, anyway.
Yeah, so Tottenham 11th, I think sounds fair. Definitely.
Yeah.
Right. 10th position now. This one, I'll let you take the reins on this one. Go on, mate.
I'm going to say Brentford. I was sort of on the border between Tottenham and Brentford, but I think with Brentford, you kind of know what you're getting with them. They're not going to blow you out of the water, but it's a tough place to go to. And 9 times out of 10, you get a draw or you lose. But throughout the season, again, I've not seen much from who they're bringing in, if they've brought in any like worldies. And obviously losing Henderson, not the biggest player in the dressing room, but he does help behind the scenes, Well, in terms of ability, not the biggest, but in terms of a captain and that sort of stuff, he's going to be a big loss, Obviously lost Norgard beforehand, Wissa before that as well. So yeah, let's see where it goes, because I've always liked Brentford from the moment they come up recently, but again, they've just not got the quality replaced that they lost with an Mbeumo and all that. So I can't see them going above any. Well, yeah, 10th, bro. Honestly, what are you saying?
Yeah, I think they've only made one signing, Sangari. They had a decent season last year, but
Yeah.
again, I don't feel like they're going to be above any other team that's left on the teams left out that haven't placed yet. I don't feel like they're going to compete with those in terms of being better than them. So I think, what was it, ninth place? No, sorry, 10th place. Yeah, 10th place sounds fair. Yeah. 10th. All right.
Nice. 2
more places. Okay. I'm going to go for this next team. And the reason why I'm going for the team, because they lost their star man up front. I feel like he had a great season for them last year. But I'm actually going to go for Bournemouth, I know it's quite controversial, but I feel like Areola was the main reason why they did so well last year. I know they've got good players. They've got, Scott. They've got Rayan. They've got Krupi. Krupi's injured. They've got Evan Nilsson, Travanier. But they've lost Senesi. And how hard it's going to be to kind of bring a player in of the same caliber. And I think that's what Areola was good at. He's good at spotting talent, even though he lost his whole backline the previous season where he lost Sabani. He lost Huijsen. He lost Kirkes. He even lost Kepa, his goalkeeper. And look, he took them higher the following season with, I think, a weaker defense, but he just plays such good football. But because they've been missing that, and I know they've got a European spot now, but yeah, I feel like the more games they're going to have, they're not used to it. So that's why I feel like they're next in line, man.
I'd go that as well, because they've got Europe with a lesser squad, with injuries, with a new manager. And I think with Bournemouth, like, the football they played under Areola, it suited the Prem and even Europe. It's just we don't know what style of play they're going to be playing. With, again, a weaker squad and arguably one of the best strikers in the league, going to be out for a few months at least. So, yeah, I'd go that. More games, less players, less talent, and a lesser of a manager, in our opinion.
Yeah, I think that's fair. All right, next one. Who are you going for?
I'm going to go... I'll go Sunderland, I'll go Sunderland.
You think so?
Yeah, because they've got Europe now. so a lot more games. They've got aging players like a Xhaka. Love Xhaka though, by the way. But I think they have talent, a lot of talent all over the gaff. I love their defenders. There's their centre backs, Ballard, and the other guy. I think he plays for Chile. Yeah, they've got a good squad. Robbie as well up front, really good.
Yeah,
it's just again the whole different kettle of fish when you got twice the amount of games in a season potentially.
it's not easy, man.
Not enough depth, not enough quality to fight on all fronts. And look, what's this, 9th now? That's still a good finish for Sunderland, bro. So yeah, I'd put them there. It's out of them and Brighton really for us. I think, come on, that's kind of a given.
Yeah,
but I'd go Sunderland just because the whole Europe thing. I think that will be a big shock to the system.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Yeah.
I think they had a great season last year, but again, more games mean more tired legs. And when you have tired legs, the easy games become hard and the hard games become even harder. So I think that's fair. Next one, and this is the last one for this section, but I think Brighton, man. I know they got a good manager, plays all right football, but
yeah,
I think Brighton, they lost Welbeck. Unless they bring in somebody amazing up front that can replicate 13, 14 goals for them, I feel like that's where they're probably set. And they've been consistent in finishing around that space anyway the last few seasons. So I think it would be good for them, if they can get 8th.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
I mean, you could potentially put them. You could easily swap Bournemouth, Sunderland, or Brighton around, depending on who you ask. They lost Welbs, like you said, and I don't fit. And Van Hecker, bro, he was pivotal
Van Hecker
to their season. Can't believe no one else thought of bringing him in. But yeah, I think they're slowly starting to lose players that brought them to a stable point. Not saying they're going to be unstable. I just don't think they can push anymore. With the players, and look, we might be eating our words because Brighton always have that thing of spotting talent ID, and just making them £100 million players. Cucurella, Caicedo, all the rest of it. But yeah, I just think the squad, they've lost a lot. That made them really good last season, bro. So yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I agree. Well, that's our 8th to 17th. Now we move on to Europa and Conference League, 6th to 7th. So 2 spaces here.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
This is where it gets tough. Really
what
tough.
Are you thinking?
I'm thinking Villa. I'm thinking Villa ahead of Chelsea. I know you want to go Chelsea badly. I know. But with Villa, bro, I think they've lost Rodgers, Tillemans as well. They were vital to their Europa League and their league finishes. I love Emery, and people are saying, he's the best manager in the league now. But yeah, whatever. I just think they've lost a lot of talent, and they might even be a hangover from the Champions League as well into this season, especially with this new format. Probably, I don't think it suits them as much with less depth. And I think, again, Emery's reached his ceiling with Villa, bro. Like, yes, the Europa League is amazing, but what else can he realistically do with this team, with the squad that he's got? Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I hear it, but I think PSR has kind of restricted them. Like, they had to sell a few players to balance the books. And it's a shame because Villa at one point were in the Championship not too long ago, and he's brought them to the glory days, won them Europa Cup, something we haven't even done. And he's a specialist at that. So I think that makes sense. And I think he loves the Europa League. So if him staying there, I think he's going to love it. So yeah, let's put Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Right. This one. You know where I'm going with this one, mate.
Chelsea, mate.
Chelsea. Yeah, I think Chelsea, they haven't really shown the last few seasons they can do the 2 games, 3 games a week. The squad is got 41 players. Something that's been, a new style for Chelsea, which hasn't clearly worked because you've got so many players competing, and then you've got a lot of dead weight, and then you've got these huge contracts. And yeah, it's just since they've had the takeover from Todd Bowie, Chelsea's football club has gone downhill. I know they've won the Club World Cup. I know they won the Conference League, but imagine at one point you're competing for the Champions League, you're competing for the Premier League, and you've won the Conference League, and they're celebrating it, saying, we're champions of Europe. But are you really? Like, That's the third tier cup, bro. You got Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League.
Yeah.
And there's teams in there we've never heard of.
Yeah, it's
Do
embarrassing.
you get what I'm saying? And the Conference League came about when Arsenal weren't in a bad rut. So technically, I think we're exempt from being harassed about that. But yeah, Chelsea, I think, will go in there. Again, Xabi Alonso, will he do a good job? I've actually got him down as the first manager to be sacked in the season.
Oh,
I actually do.
okay.
I actually do. Like Maresca, I feel like plays better football than Xabi Alonso.
Yeah.
And even he struggled.
Yeah, I think Xabi Alonso is one of my favorite players of all time. Like how he played, kept it simple, won so much wherever he went. And I think as a manager, he done some great work at Leverkusen, went unbeaten, you know. I just think with Chelsea, it might be a bit too much for him at this stage in his career. Where Chelsea are at, not just because he's not a good manager, but it's just where Chelsea is as a club. Their squad is just ridiculous, bro. That they need to go on the jabs, bro. The jabs, weight loss jabs, because there's too much going on. Yeah, I could see them finishing sixth because one game a week is fair, but they still have a lot of work to do, bro. They still need to find that core within their team. Losing players like Cucurella, you know, Chalobah. I don't know why they let him go, bro. Like Chalobah was one of their best centre backs last season, and they still let him go. It's weird.
Yeah, he was, and they don't address. I feel like with Chelsea, they just think the more attackers you buy, the better your club will get. But that's not the case. Like they don't really address the centre backs. Like Levi Colwill, he's injury prone. Reece James injury prone. Cucurella's gone, obviously. Even the goalkeeper situation, like Sanchez isn't the guy. He's not.
No.
He's not the guy.
No. Lacroix came in though, which was a great signing, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a good bit of business. Obviously, Rodgers, they overpaid, but they still got him. Henderson and Welbeck, I don't know. Like, I guess where Alonso's head is, they want to stabilize everything. Get leaders in, get proven players that are unk status to pull the youngsters in and be like, yo, bro, no elbows breaking people's jaw this time, the lap, or Caicedo, no red cards, or do you know what I mean? These sort of things, which I get, but they still have so much to do from the top down, bro, with that club. So I can't see them doing anything more than the rest of the clubs that are here still. We have to put on, you know?
Yeah. I think, yeah, like you're saying, they got one game a week. They're not really bought anyone that solidified their weak areas. Rodgers, where's he going to play? They're bringing in Danny Welbeck to complement João Pedro. Delap, another flop then for Chelsea. What we're seeing, Pedro Neto could be on his way out. Please, God, don't let it come to Arsenal. Then he could be linked to Man City. Enzo Fernandez is being linked to Man City.
Yeah.
So, you know, some departures could damage them even more. Like Enzo Fernandez is one of their best players. Caicedo is one of their best players. I rate Enzo Fernandez highly. I don't know about you, but I like him. You know, he's aside from the shenanigans at the World Cup, he's a good player.
Yeah, he's one of them players that you can't stand with all your heart. Like you'd actually want to slap him up if you could. But if he plays for your team, that's your guy.
Yeah.
And I genuinely think Chelsea have the most of those players. Like Cucurella, he's the same. Delap, the same. Like they have such an abundance of players that you hate with all your guts. But if he's in your team, that's your guy, man. But yeah, talent-wise, Fernandez definitely easily still £100 million player, even whatever they paid for him, bro. So if he goes to City, which I think Rodri goes, that makes a lot of sense, you know. That would be big, bro. Because who else do they get in that centre mid role? Henderson, do they bring him in? I don't know, man.
Yeah, true. All right, let's go with Chelsea. Actually, Brighton is supposed to be in here then, because then the maths doesn't make sense because we're going to have one champion and then 4 places for Europe. 5th place will be Chelsea.
Oh, Europe, yeah. Europa League and Conference.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, so Chelsea will be 5th, so we'll put them. We'll put them first over here. So they're Chelsea are 5th, by the way. They're not in the Champions League spot. So now we've got United, Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal.
Yeah. Oh, this is so tough, bro. And there's 2 teams what I feel stand out the most next because they both are down to their bare bones in terms of depth, quality, and direction where the club's at. I know Liverpool have signed an abundance of players the past year. However, they've lost quite a few players too, so there's that. I'm gonna go United. I'm gonna go United because they've got a lot more games again. What was it? 1 game a month last year. They've signed a couple of okay players for me. Obviously, United fans will disagree, like they're the best thing since sliced bread. But I just think, again, they need a lot more. They've got a lot more games this season, bro. A lot more games. They're not going out to a Grimsby Town this season so early. So, yeah, I think I'd go United. What were you saying? The same boat or?
Yeah, I think they've had a bad window, man. There's no people saying, oh, they've had a bargain with Tielemans, but I think they've had a bad window. Like, they haven't got somebody that they can build around. Like, okay, cool. You've had 1 game a week, but buy someone you can build around. Like, when Arsenal managed to get back in Europe, like, thankfully we had, around that time, Ødegaard was lighting it up. Yeah, we can't deny that. Ødegaard was lighting it up. We had a young Saka. We had a young Martinelli. We had Xhaka, who's obviously coming towards the end of his contract, but still a bit of a a lead role he was playing, kind of forgiven by the fans.
Yeah.
And then we started getting rid of their dead weight. But it's like with United, they've gone from Elliot Anderson as a target, Tonali, Fernandes, and then they've ended up with Tielemans. I'm not saying I'm not criticizing him as a player, but I'm saying just look at your transfer targets. How can you, get rid of Casemiro, obviously run out of his contract, but then not replace him with somebody of the same caliber? Like, I know if we put Tielemans and Casemiro and had a choice, I'd take Casemiro, bro. Like, the amount of goals he was scoring for them last year.
Yeah.
And what he was doing at his age, I don't think Tielemans can be doing that for United.
Nah. Because I think other than Bruno Fernandes last season, Casemiro was easily their second best player.
Yeah, second best player, exactly.
So for them to not, I don't want to say break the bank, because United have to really think how they spend now because of all the damage that he did past few seasons. But it's not smart business. Like, even Arsenal champions were still doing smart business with Azolis, and all these other players in and around the marquee signings that we're trying to get. But United aren't even doing that. That's what's mad, because they're getting rid of all these players on the books. Sancho, Casemiro, like the wages were mental. So you have a lot of money still, surely. It's just you don't want to pay it. You don't want to splash out, which in this current climate, we've seen Spurs do it, Chelsea do it. You kind of have to when you're getting in these players that are needle movers. That you need when you're on a rebuild and you're big Manchester United back in the Champions League. So yeah, I think that's a fair thing, man. Because next up, I think you're going the same way I'm going with this one. Similar to United in terms of what they need still, but they have spent a lot of money the past season or two.
Liverpool, mate.
Yeah.
Liverpool, I think it's fair. Lost Salah, I've not addressed him. Haven't got anybody to, replace, I wouldn't say replace, but to fill in the defense of Konate. I know they've got Araujo on loan. I know they've got Jeremy Jackett, but guys, Jeremy Jackett's injured. Araujo hasn't had the best time at Barcelona. But I do pip them to do well in the next coming years if they start signing players. Now, the Barcola saga, how long is it going to carry on? They need him. They do. I'll probably say they need him more than Arsenal.
Yeah.
Because filling in the shoes of Salah is going to be a big job. Yeah, because of everything he's done. One of the best wingers in the world at that time. Barcola isn't the best winger in the world, but at one point, I had Salah as the best winger at the world. I don't know about you, like years ago when he was under Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, it was up there. It was up there for sure. I think.
Yeah.
How can you replace a Salah though? That's the thing. Like, in this current climate, you can't, because then you're touching into a Real Madrid, even an Arsenal with a Saka. I'm not comparing. I'm just saying in terms of the ceiling that a player has or the talent for the money as well that you have on offer, it's tough, bro. And Salah obviously fell off last season, and that's why he's in Turkey now. And no disrespect, but that's still a good move for him. The money he's on and everything, great move.
Yeah.
I just think with Liverpool, they could be losing a Gakpo. They lost a fair few players, Robertson, Konate, so many players that were foundations for their winning teams of the past, you know, Champions League, Premier League. And again, like you're saying, like there's not enough, even if you're not going out spending 140 million for Barcola, which you kind of have to, because you kind of set the bar with Isak and Wirtz. But again, you're still not really doing that much of smart move, like that many smart moves that you need as well. Like, yes, Arojo, whatever his name is good, I guess. But if he gets injured, then what? You know, like who's playing alongside Van Dijk? Gravenberch comes in. I don't know, man. But yeah, I still think they'll have enough to secure top 3, top 4. Because they're used to playing Champions League, so I don't think they'll have the problem like a United has. I just worry for their depth, bro, because they need a lot of work. At least 3 or 4 players to come in, man.
Yeah, I agree. And I think even the goalkeeper situation, like Mamadashvili, like I said, you can't even catch a cold. Like, he's so bad. And Alisson's always injured.
Yeah.
Frimpong, he's Sterling playing right back. I don't think he's built for the Prem to play right back. Right wing, fair enough, or right wing back, that's fine. But I know Areola said that his players are so unfit. And a lot of people question Arne Slot, like, what was he doing? And that could be the factor. Like, they're not fit last year, the squad, because of the training sessions or whatever they're doing. And they were getting run riot. And they'll concede in silly goals and whatnot. But Konate, I mean, he wasn't great last year, I have to be honest. So hopefully Araujo can definitely fill in his shoes. But again, if he gets injured, they got like Jeremy Jacket injured. They need to secure Barcola. I know Ibrahim just put in the chat. We'll get Barcola by this week. You know, you can only hope. You can only hope. But then if you don't and we get him, I'll be even more happier, I'll be honest. But yeah, playing Barcola on the right. I don't know if he's used to playing these. I see him more as a left.
Yeah, he's more of a left winger, to be fair. Who have they got on the right, though? Because they could play Frimpong
Chiesa, and then they've got Munoz, the new sign, the young star, and then they've got Gakpo. Ekatike maybe on the right.
Yeah, I've seen Ekatike on the left.
Yeah.
And Isak on the left, to be fair. There was sort of a time where they chopped and changed.
That inverted winger thing, yeah.
Yeah. So Boslai, I mean, he's all over the place, bro. You could put him anywhere. He'll still do a job for you. Like, love Boslai. I think it's a good problem to have for Areola in terms of a project coming in, because it's not like he has to gut the whole team out. It's just he needs to add and build on what he has right now. Fitness looks like an issue. Obviously, he said about 30 minutes. They can't play for more than 30 minutes, which is worrying. But if it's anyone to come in and do a better job than Slot, it's Areola, man. Look what he did with Bournemouth with less resources and less talent. So let's see what happens.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think they're going to finish 4th. No, not 4th. 3rd. Yeah, 3rd.
Yeah, 3rd.
So next Arsenal and City.
Come on, man.
If Rodri goes, I feel like it's going to be tougher for City to become champions. Definitely. Once they lost Rodri last year for injuries for a few months, they struggled so much. When he came in, they had a bit more stability, but he really wants the Barca move. Barca, I think they're putting in a new bid of 60 million. He's done all he can win at Man City. He's won it all. He wants a new challenge. It makes sense. I'm not going to miss him, I'll be honest, because I know that he's never lost to Arsenal. He had a 74-game unbeaten streak. Mad. Mad. So for that reason, I don't think Boadi is the successor to Rodri right now. So that's why I feel like they're going to finish 2nd.
Yeah, there's too much change going on over there. From losing arguably the Premier League's best manager, other than Sir Alex, but they've lost a lot of key players. Obviously, if Rodri goes, that's 2 or 3 players in one guy. Ake's gone, Stones, Bernardo, which the biggest rat of all, but he was their guy, you know. Who else is probably going? What's his name? That right wing, I think Tottenham want.
Savinho,
yeah. He's not the best, but he still adds depth to you. Yeah, a lot of changes, bro. And I just don't think an Anderson signing fixes all the problems that they have. They still need to, when they've got an Anderson in, keep a Rodri and sign more players around it, you know. Boadi, he's young though, bro. You don't know. Prem proven, definitely not. So I
18
can't.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a good World Cup, to be fair, but I just don't think he can do it for a full season in the Prem. Well, that we know of anyway. But yeah, I think second makes sense. I think there's a lot of changes with most clubs, and I think Arsenal finishing first just makes sense to us and to most neutrals too, because we're the most settled, still got the best squad in the league, even though we want to sign more players. And depth, bro, like depth right now, because the amount of games that we all play, World Cups and this and that, Champions Leagues and everything, you need at least 2 or 3 players that could easily start in your full squad.
Yeah.
And I just don't think City have that. Yes, they've got Haaland, which is a big problem. But again, if he goes missing or if he goes injured, what then? You know, what then? Because Marmoush, he might be leaving too, bro. So
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm reading that there's some speculation Haaland might want to leave if Rodri leaves because, you know, they're losing one of their best players. Pep's gone. He's the main reason why a lot of these players came, because you're playing for the best manager in the world. What will Maresca do? He's never beaten Arsenal. Fun fact. Might be the same theme this year. With regardless of Pep, you know, he might not have won the league, but I mean, look, do you think Maresca's better than Pep? I don't think so. I don't think so. No chance. So yeah, and I think Arsenal, they've recruited in the right places. The transfer window's still not done. They still need to strengthen some areas like left wing. Might even need to get another striker if Jesus leaves as well. I think defense might need a backup or two, considering the fact that when we did our Gunners and Giggles podcast, we saw Gabriel didn't really have, you know, somebody to replace him if he did get injured, God forbid. Yeah. And he was absent last year for a while. But then you have to look at the thing where this squad is definitely stronger than last year. So why can't we retain being champions? Because everybody else to me on that screen in the top, well, between second place and fifth place has a lot of change. All of them got new managers or teams are playing more games. So for that reason, I feel like, yeah, we're in pole position to be the champions.
Yeah. And I don't think I've ever felt this way, ever said it, because we haven't been in this position where everyone else has had some mad overhaul with managers, players, structure at the club and spending and everything. Whereas Arsenal have been the most settled, regardless of being champ. Like, because if we finished second last season, thank God we're champions. But I still think City lose Pep. I still think a lot of players leave because it would have been their last dance anyway. So going into this season, we still would have been the most settled team. And I think we've let go of a couple. We're bringing some in. Hopefully we get some more in. And we may lose some more. But it's still a strong squad where you could easily field maybe 2 starting 11s that would probably still challenge for the title, bro. Like if everyone's fit, minus Kepa and Raya, don't even go there. I think there probably is maybe even a second string team that could challenge for top 4 at least.
Yeah.
And we haven't even seen the best of an Eze, a Gyökeres. You know, these new players that come in last season, even Madueke, bro, might be a mad shout and shout at Mad Wonky, but he might even be more settled, better player, more confidence because he went to the World Cup. He started ahead of Saka because he was unfit and stuff. So yeah, who knows, bro? Who knows? Yeah. I think it's a good time to be an Arsenal fan, of course, but it scares me at the same time how confident we are. And it's not arrogance. It's just no one else is scaring me, man. Before it was City, bro. Before it was Liverpool. Now, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It's changed a lot. It's definitely flipped from 7 years ago. Yeah. We were praying for top 4, and now we can confidently say right now we're likely to be the champions. I mean, it's crazy, and we were even probably saying that last year, the year before. We're gonna do it this year. We're gonna do it this year, but it's the shift, and thankfully Arteta got it over the line last year. And sometimes when you get one, then the rest roll in.
Yeah,
that's what we believe anyway.
Yeah, and I think the Bruno signing for me, bro.
Oh yeah, man. Class. That's something we needed.
Yeah, I know we're not over it now, but we're kind of thinking, okay, who's next? Because we're so hungry and so like not greedy, but we just want to give nothing to chance in it. Like we want to sign these 30 players to definitely put the nail in the coffin of all these teams. But Bruno, that for me, he walks into every team in the Prem, bro. Like for me, easily.
Yeah.
Like, especially if Rodri's leaving City, the rest of the Premier League, they will take him as much as they're like, oh, you know, he's not world class. This is that, bruv. Just give it a break. Take a day off. Yeah, Bruno walks into every team in the Prem, easily.
Yeah, people saying, "Oh, he ain't got the legs," and I'm just coming from a Newcastle. Listen, he's not there to do the legs. He's there to make sure he doesn't have to do a lot of running. Like, he reads the game so well. It doesn't mean because you run a lot, you're a great player. Sometimes your IQ speaks volumes. And the thing is, I feel like he's going to play a more advanced role. I'll be honest, up front. So
yeah, Rice and him double pivot, like Rice in the 6. No one's better than that, bro. Not now. You know?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think Arsenal being the champions makes sense. You know, we proved it last year with we should have been champions, and we were. And we've only gotten stronger over the summer, and the window's not even done.
Yeah.
So yeah,
scary, bro.
It is scary. So yeah.
Let's see if everyone agrees. Obviously, there's a couple comments here. Your boy's sus. I don't know. Sorry, bro. But big up to comment. Champions easily Arsenal, and then Ibrahim saying true Arsenal champ. So there is, you know, quite a bit of even people I talk to, bro. They're like, they agree, but they don't want to admit it. They don't want to. They're oh, we'll see what happens. This, that. But yeah, oi, no Pep, no Prem.
No Pep, no Prem. That's true. That's what we're looking at.
It's gonna be weird. I think not seeing Pep there, bro. And I think City, it might be the start of their downfall. You know, if Haaland does leave, Rodri's going, like you said, like, bro, because I wouldn't rule out Haaland going to Madrid, then Mbappe going to the left, and then a Vinny wanting out soon, maybe a PSG or an us, you know. So that could be like a domino effect where it all comes unraveling.
Yeah, nice. It's so true. But if you had to pick a dark horse, who would it be?
Oh, dark horse. I'm gonna say Chelsea, only because they've got one game a week. It's Alonso. Still got to see what he's got in the locker, and they're still signing players still, so they're not done. Yeah, what do you think?
If Liverpool get Barcola over the line and they get like another 1 or 2 players, I feel like they could be the dark horse. Just because I think Ariola's already done it in the Prem with a weaker squad, did really well. And if he's already trying to push the team to become fitter and knows the areas they're lacking, that's a good sign for Liverpool and Liverpool Football Club.
Yeah.
And like I said, Isak, we didn't get to see much of him last year, injuries. He already looks on fire. Their press looks great. But I don't think they're going to obviously challenge for the title. But yeah, they'll be my dark horses, man.
Yeah, I was saying them before because even we spoke on the pod, but I just feel like they've got a lot to do, you know. But they could do it though. They could bring in the Barcola, get a couple signings over the line still. You know, Lewis Hall makes a lot of sense. Livramento, imagine that, like to Liverpool. Yeah, who knows, man? Who knows? It'll be interesting this season.
Yeah, it'll be good. But yeah, I just want to say thank you everybody that joined in and watched the live. Make sure you subscribe to both channels, Ars and All, my fellow co-host, for Gunners and Giggles. If you haven't already, subscribe just so you remember to join in for our podcast every Monday, 8 or 8:30, depending on what time it is. And obviously times will change when the season starts due to Monday night kickoff. So yeah, and also we've also got other content coming out, match predictions, match analysis, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And somebody said, what streaming software do you use? Go on up, mate. Take it away.
It's Streamlabs Talk Studio, bro. I've been using this a while. We're sort of thinking if we're changing it up, what other software to use. Maybe there's another couple if you want to have a look at it. StreamYard, Riverside, they're like up there as well. But yeah, this one's been all right for me, to be fair. And then you got Prism, which Cass uses for watch-alongs, which is good. Yep. But you kind of have to know what you're doing with that. Whereas with this, it's a bit more straightforward, a bit more streamlined. So
yeah, it's kind of got that Zoom function. If you've used Zoom, it's kind of the same, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, we OBS is Yeah, so we use Prism as well when we do watch-alongs and live streams.
It's similar. It's similar, yeah.
Same as basically same as OBS.
Yeah.
But the reason I use this is because it's a bit more professional looking, easy to navigate.
Yeah.
With Prism, yeah, it's a bit fiddly, but yeah, we use the OBS style for the watch-alongs and the streams. So yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody. Big up everyone in the comments. Ibrahim, well done, mate, for the engagement. Thank you so much. It was good getting insight from a Liverpool fan.
Big up,
Make
man,
sure you
yeah.
subscribe to both of us. We're always putting content out. And yeah, we'll see you guys on Monday.
Yeah, 8 p.m., man.
8 p.m.
Peace.
Be there. Peace.